Andrew McGahon here at the UFC 229 Ultimate Media Day, standing alongside, well, I'm standing, he is sitting. Dominick Reyes fights over in St. Preux this weekend. Dominick, first of all, Dominick Cruz was just here. I know that UFC commentators sometimes speak to the fighters, but that was very impressive, even just listening to what Dominick Reyes was saying to you. Do you appreciate that level of detail that is going into this?
Absolutely, man. I mean, he's going over all the bases, and I appreciate that. I mean, trying to give me a little bit of a reality check on who I am for a second there. I like that.
I think that one of the funniest things about what just happened was that Dominick Cruz is crucified online for talking about the underhook, and you mentioned the underhook, and I could just see him kind of thinking like, yes, people agree with me on this. I think it's fascinating how he explains and tries to consistently explain the fundamental aspects of the sport to the fans.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool what he's doing, how he's trying to, like the underhook. It is very important, and people just are like, they don't understand how important the underhook really is. If you have the underhook, you can get out of almost anything, unless you're dealing with a freak of nature that, like Khabib, that's just not going to let go. But you get the underhook, anything's possible.
Possible. So you're fighting at light heavyweight this weekend. We have been talking about the introduction of potential more weight classes into the UFC. Around your category, like cruiserweight, maybe possibility if you wanted to go up a little bit but not into heavyweight, or like a 195. What is your take just on the divisions in general, and what would you do to improve them?
I don't really have a problem with the divisions, because being at 205, I mean, I guess a cruiserweight would be pretty cool. 225, that would be a cool division. 195, I could compete at 195. But I think a lot of it is guys just pushing the limit. You know, they're pushing it too much. Like, fight where you sit. Like, look at your category and fit there. But I feel like guys are pushing too hard for that little advantage, and they're depleting themselves, and that advantage is going away.
Do you think it's fair to say that it's easier for the heavier guys to be able to, say, fight at that weight because it's pretty much a drastic lifestyle change that would be required to get down to a lower one? Whereas the guy who's maybe struggling to make 155 but 65 is his home.
Yeah, I get that. Makes sense. You know, it does make sense. I can see a 165 in the future, 55, 65, maybe 75, 85, and then 205.
The reason I was mainly saying that is because after you had picked up on the underhook and said, yeah, it is as important as that, I'm getting the vibe from a lot of fighters that they would be more willing to fight more often if those that have grueling weight cuts had that part of it removed, because that is half of the battle in itself for a lot of fighters.
No, I would agree. I think, I mean, it depends. Like, you fight, we all fight as much as we can, pretty much, for the most part. I mean, I don't even know if it's really up to you when you fight, you know. You get the call and it's like, okay, I'll fight. But I guess if the weight cut wasn't as bad, guys would be more willing to take the fights for sure.
Finally, in relation to Ovince St. Preux, you are somebody who has been described and is known as, like, for a big guy, moving very, very well. Like, you could describe yourself as a lightweight or the super lightweight. Ovince St. Preux, tremendous grappler and has multiple submissions. Is this going to be dominated by the grappling exchanges? Am I wrong in thinking that, or are you going to come in heavy-handed?
I'm coming in heavy-handed, and that is the goal, to move like a lightweight at light heavyweight. That's been, since I first started training, that's been my goal, to be an exceptional athlete and show off my abilities. As far as grappling is concerned, I believe he's going to try to grapple me, but I'm a wrestler. I come from a wrestling background. I grew up wrestling since I've been 8 years old. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, I'm going to scramble. I'm going to make him fight me. You know, if he wants to grapple, I'm going to make him fight me.
Out of curiosity, why was it your goal to be known as a... Was there something that happened when you started training? Did you hurt a really small person in the gym and you're like, I'm not rolling like a heavyweight anymore, I need to roll like a lightweight?
No, I understand that I can be heavy and I could roll like a heavyweight, but that's not fun. You know, it's not fun. It's like, just, I'm going to hold you here. I'm winning. Like, no,
it's not good for the smaller person underneath either.
And that's not cool either. I'm not going to get better if I'm just trying to be heavy on a smaller grappler. I mean, and especially where I'm from, there's not a whole lot of big guys that are skilled. I mean, period, in the world, you're not going to find too many super skilled guys above 200 pounds. You know, like, I don't know why that is, but it is. You go into any MMA gym, there's not that many guys. So in order for me to evolve as a martial artist, I had to be able to flow roll. I had to be able to be light and float and look for different stuff and have fun with it, you know? So I think that's been a big part of it as well.
Excellent. Evolve or die.